What's his name again?
Teddy Teddaloo.
Teddy Teddaloo. Where did that come from?
I have no idea. You could have to ask. He's been to Greece. People think he's Greek because of the surname.
Right.
You're recording this.
Yeah, I'm recording this because I find this fascinating.
Yes, I know.
I think this is like
people are more interested in him than they
yeah,
are.
well, I think it's one of those things. It's like people they see you and they're like, oh, here is an erotic writer, and I suppose they imagine this sort of like you were saying about the woman who comes up in leather and sort of all sort of incredibly sexy, and then there you are with the teddy bear.
Are you saying I'm not sexy?
No.
I'm not sexy with the bear.
I'm not thinking that you're not sexy. I'm thinking that the sort of the teddy bear has this kind of a cuddly kind of image, and it's almost as if it sort of maybe you use it as a way of counteracting.
I don't use him. He's not any type of
He's not
He's just my bear, and he just
comes with
we hang out. Yeah.
He is lovely. I love his pirate jumper.
Yeah, well, this is because he's coming to the seaside, you see. His granny sent him the jumper. Yeah, she does tend to buy his clothes.
Yeah. You know. And you had him for 10 years?
It's going on 10 years, yeah.
Oh, wow. That's longer than me and Alice have been together. Well, that's a long-term relationship.
About my relationship. 10 years, whoa.
Yeah, that's a really long-term
Yes, we do sleep together, by the way.
Yeah.
And that will never change.
No.
No, it doesn't matter who comes into my life.
Even if there's someone else in your life,
they
the bear.
have to accept Teddy.
The bear has to.
And the funny thing is that they tend to like him a bit better than me.
Oh, that's really sad.
Yeah, it's like, I don't understand what's up with that.
Do they talk to him? Do people sort of talk to the bear and like do that thing where they're talking to him but really they're talking to you? Do you know what I mean?
No, but I mean, he is engaged to some level and, incorporated into the,
Oh, that's nice.
But there is often the issue about, he might see too much sometimes,
My cats are like that. I have to check my cats out because I can't bear to be watched.
Now, Ted is usually a bit discreet and he may stay in the bed, but he'll avert his eyes. What can I say? I'm not going to, make him go sit in another room.
No.
At the end of the day, he's still here, isn't he?
He's still a bear. I mean, he's not like
he's not going to tell anyone.
No, he's not going to tell anyone.
He just have friends on Facebook, and they might gossip when I'm not paying attention. Quite a few bears.
How does that work on Facebook then? He's actually got his own page on Facebook.
Yes, he does, and he's been warned by another bear that he should change his name, and he's a bit pissed off about that because this is his name. But apparently, Facebook is trying to operate some kind of a bear holocaust, and they have actually bumped some bears off.
No, that's awful.
And I'll tell you another thing. He used to be on a personal site, and I think they couldn't take the competition because he was bumped off of that.
What's a sort of a dating site?
Yeah, dating site. He used to be on a dating site.
Did he have any dates with any female
they
bears?
They bumped him off too quickly.
No. That's
sad. It was really sad because, he had a really good picture, and I'm sure he would have done okay.
I'm going to have to befriend him now, I'm going to have to find him.
If he's in a good mood, he'll stop the ad. I can't guarantee.
Well, how does he feel about pokes? Does he get pokes?
He does get some pokes.
Does he poke back?
Yes, he does. Of course he pokes back.
Yeah.
He's sociable.
You know this poking thing. I joined.
Very tiring.
And I joined this Facebook group that's called the Lesbian Poking Group, and I thought, this would be really funny, right? This would be quite funny. But I'm getting poked all over the place, and I was thinking, I'm going to put a thing up saying, no more pokes, please. I'm quite bruised,
I know.
Because I'm getting poked something rotten. But if somebody pokes me, I feel like I have to poke them back.
Sort of an obligatory thing.
Then you're like,
they get upset.
Yeah. Why haven't you poked me?
It's just some days I go on there and there's just so many people to poke.
It can. What about the X-me, isn't it? And it's like rude things that people do to each other.
I'm getting really a bit tired of it. There's this guy who keeps sending me stuff, the rude gifts.
The naughty gifts.
Yeah, and then he's and then he does rude things on X-me, and I'm getting really annoyed, and I think he's got me down as the crush person, and I know who it is. And then some guy posted something, a very, very, I considered it an obscene image. I didn't appreciate it, and I sent him a message, and I said, do not post on my wall again, and I took him off my friends list. Stupid blonker.
It is a bit of a, it is an issue. People talk about it, don't they, about sort of social networking and about harassment. There was this thing about children saying that they get bullied by text messaging.
Really?
And it was on the news. I think it's this big, everybody wants to make MySpace and Facebook into the bad guys. I was saying earlier about, do you ever find that people sort of, because you're an erotic writer, do you find that people assume certain things about
like
you?
I said, it might be
you
just
think
a
that maybe
couple
on
of people. Facebook may be a very small amount, and then if they communicate with me, I guess they get the picture.
They get the
very
picture.
quickly.
You have a way of dealing with...
Well, make a humor of it, because I mean, I don't want to, people, and at the end of the day, they might buy my books. But I mean, I'm certainly not going to get involved. I'm not going there.
No.
So if anybody's going to get out of line, I'll put them back very quickly.
Yeah. I suppose you have to develop a kind of a professional attitude to it, don't you? I mean, you come to places like this workshop, and if somebody had come along to the workshop and was hitting on you, you'd have to deal with that. You'd learn to deal with that in a certain way.
People ask me that question, if I've ever had any problems at any workshop, and I, to this day, can't remember ever having anything. I think when I was doing my first workshop in Greece, I was asked, they had no idea who was going to come, and we're all stuck in Greece for a week. What if there's somebody who's a problem? And I said, well, believe me, I can deal with it. Don't worry about it. I'm not averse to a baseball bat on the head. So, but it's just never happened. I've never had a problem with anybody being untoward or creating a problem or any discomfort. It's just always worked.
Maybe the kind of people who are going to do that kind of thing wouldn't come along to a workshop because they would be intimidated by a crowd, that they'd be more likely to...
Well, as I was saying, there are a few people in America that do these erotic writing workshops, but they bring sex shops, very much a different thing than what I advocate. So I think if anybody's looking to come on a workshop, they probably Google me, and you just read one interview and they figure it out very quickly what it is about, and then they know they're barking up the wrong tree.
Have you ever been to anything like an Ann Summers party or any of those kinds of things?
I'm not into girly stuff. I don't even have women friends.
No!
I don't do girly. My friends are mostly all men.
Yeah.
And they range from 19 to 70-something. That's very broad. I just feel much more comfortable with men. I know women on a social level and as casual acquaintances, but I don't have any real intimate friendships with women anymore. Not since maybe I was a kid. I was just felt more comfortable being with men, and I could trust them more.
You could trust men more. That's interesting.
Male friends,
That's interesting. Maybe you had a bad experience with a woman.
No.
Or sort of girls in school kind of thing.
I just don't really like the girly thing. I mean, I
they
really
can be very bitchy, can't they?
Thing, and
they're getting a bit raucous over there.
No, I don't engage with them. I don't feel like I have anything in common with them. It just seems the same kind of conversation, the same interests, and I'm like, this is boring.
Or maybe you should hang out with lesbians more, because, I find the whole girly, the whole girly thing, I find it very tedious.
But I like a dyke bag?
You could. You don't have to be a lesbian. You can just
honorary lesbian.
Honorary. I know a few blokes who are honorary lesbians, actually, so
I have some gay male friends as well.
Sometimes you find, there's just nothing in common with people. But then I can get to know someone on a very intellectual level, and I often don't even worry about their gender, especially... I have a lot of online friends. And of course, most of the time you know what their gender is, but sometimes when you first start getting to know them, because often they don't put pictures up, they put a piece of artwork or they put something that could be anybody, somebody with a hand over the face, and they call themselves something very obscure. It could be male or female. And so you just get to know people. I mean, have you found, through Facebook, have you found that people do kind of engage with you in that way, or is it just
I'm more
superficial?
using it as professional networking.
I
mean, I should backtrack about the women thing. The only women I seem to maybe get on with are much, much older women. I don't know if they've kind of taken me on as almost a mother figure.
Under their wing.
There's a couple of new ones on the scene. I know that sounds weird, but I know, they were probably in the 60s range, and that seems to work for me. But as far as you were saying about Facebook, I mean, I have friends on there, people I do know anyways, but I use it more for the professional stuff and hooking up with, journalists and media people, and
it's very useful for that.
It is. I just
marketing.
Gave a whole bunch of stuff to some guy who was doing a piece for Dare magazine. He was doing something. It was going to be 3 celebrity chefs: Jamie, the really obnoxious one,
Gordon Ramsay.
Gordon.
Oh, he's horrible, isn't he?
The shagabout guy. I didn't even know who he was. I had to look him up. He just got married apparently. Now he's Mr. Pure. But he has a restaurant, and he's got a reputation. So he said, look, I want you to give me a quote about a woman's psychological and emotional outlook for the following 3 chefs, and it's got to be chuck 'em off a cliff, shag 'em, marry 'em.
Jamie Oliver, you'd marry him, wouldn't you?
I
Jamie Oliver's
was
lovely.
partial to Jamie. I have to admit.
I mean, I'm a lesbian and I like Jamie Oliver.
Well,
And they asked you for a quote. They were
he found me on
Mitzi
Facebook.
Szereto, famous erotic writer, etc., etc.
I wonder if Jamie's going to be emailing me now saying, "Boy, the wife's getting boring, honey." And I put something about, you know a good man when you find him and you like to eat well.
Well, yeah, you were saying earlier you don't get looked after. If you married a chef, you would be, wouldn't you? You would. Jamie Oliver is your ideal partner.
I may have my eye on someone, right?
Ah.
And I don't think he cooks.
Oh, that's a shame.
No, but he's very sweet. He has other qualities.
Well, what would be the ideal? I mean, would you have a sort of an ideal man, or would you be likely to say, right, this one's for shagging, this one's for cooking my dinner, this one? You're not that kind of woman who would have several. You actually have a sort of a single man.
Fine.
Yeah,
just one will do. Yeah.
Oh, so you're kind of an old-fashioned kind of. Maybe.
I don't know. I suppose so. I expect the same back, though. I don't share.
You wouldn't let him.
Endless devotion. That's all I expect.
This is why you've got a bear, isn't it? I mean, the
I
bear
don't want to get any devotion.
The bear is the ideal kind of partner.
Well, not exactly.
And all else
There's some
fails.
things he's not good at.
Well, yeah, but that's when.
He's good at cuddles, but I mean,
Yeah.
a man could be good at cuddles.
Yeah. This is why I was interested earlier, because I was thinking, I know you don't use him, but he kind of works quite well as a sort of shield or a kind of abstraction.
He looks after him.
Kind of thing.
And the one good thing is he's
focus
an
on him.
icebreaker. When people come to the workshop and they're like, oh my God, what have I signed up for? And they see this rather, small American woman, mad, coming in with a bear, and they're like, what am I worried about?
Oh, she's got a teddy bear. She's hardly scary. Is that's the kind of That's quite nice.
Yeah. Only when you get to know me that I'm scary. No,
okay. Should I be worried?
No.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for. I'm going to turn it off now because I think I've got plenty. And have some more wine and we'll.
Wine, but I might munch
oh wait. Oh, you had some wine. Oh no, I've got to fill up then. Okay. Bye, Ted.